In this coaster countdown, we are talking about the best rides at Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California. The king of all Six Flags parks, home to more roller coasters than any other park on the planet. So with that many roller coasters, and we're talking about the top 10, obviously we're going to be seeing quite a few roller coasters not make this list. And so for that reason, it was definitely hard to determine a top 10. Everyone's going to have a different list. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people disagree with this. This is just my opinion, and I'm not saying you have to agree with it. But for those wondering what my favorite rides in Magic Mountain are, that is why we have this. So let's get into this. Coming in at number 10 is the New Revolution. And this roller coaster is okay. I mean, it's a true classic. You have that first ever vertical loop. It hugs the terrain. And it's a fun roller coaster. I only got a chance to ride this once. I opted to ride it without the VR. I've ridden enough VR coasters where I decided to skip out on this one. And I mean, it's fun. This is definitely a great family roller coaster. And there's going to be a good handful of people that really enjoy this ride. This next one I think a lot of people are going to disagree with. This is Goliath. One of the largest coasters in the park. However, I was not actually a big fan of this ride. It has the stats, it has everything that should make a roller coaster great. So for that reason, a lot of people are going to love it, including the GP. But as a roller coaster enthusiast, I've ridden enough hyper coasters to know when you have a good hyper and a bad hyper. And this one I was extremely underwhelmed by. Its airtime was non-existent. That mid-course brake run sucks. You do have a few forceful moments with that helix, but for the most part, I thought the ride was kind of dumb. If you followed my channel for a while, you know that I'm just not a fan of these Vanola hyper coasters, including this and Titan. So that's why I'm putting it at number 9. If you disagree with me, that is totally okay. Again, this is just my opinion. If you want to rip me in the comments, go for it, whatever. Coming in number 8, we have Apocalypse, a GCI wooden roller coaster, and actually the only wooden roller coaster at Magic Mountain. And some people say that it's rough or maybe not as good, but I actually really like this roller coaster. I thought it was really fun. I didn't think it was that rough. It had a good layout. Definitely not the best GCI, but I think that it gets some unnecessary hate. Either that or I just rode it on a pretty good day. Next up, we have Riddler's Revenge. And what's cool about this ride is that you have this large-scale roller coaster. It's fast, it's tall, it's a long ride. And then you throw in the stand-up factor, which typically stand-up coasters aren't good, but this is an example of what a good stand-up coaster is. Now, would I prefer this coaster if it were sit-down? Yeah, probably, but there are enough sit-down coasters in the park where this is something different. This is an intense roller coaster. It's got lots of good inversions, so that's why I'm putting it at that number 7 spot. So immediately following Riddler, we actually have his arch nemesis, Batman, the Ride. The B&M invert at the park, and these inverts are always fun. They're super compact, really intense, powerful layout. Yes, it stinks that there are so many of them, but nonetheless, this is still a good roller coaster. Caused a lot of people to gray out. It's a really powerful ride, so that is why it is taking that spot. In our number 5 spot is yet another DC-themed attraction. This is Superman Escape from Krypton. This is the tallest ride in the park, over super quickly, launches you backwards 100 miles an hour. You shoot up this huge tower, get some weightlessness, plunge back down. The view is crazy. If you're on Lex Luthor, you can feel the tower shaking from Superman. And of course, you're plunging straight down vertical. And there are 2 tracks, so this is actually 2 separate roller coasters, but we're counting it as one because they both do the same thing. And this is a real crowd pleaser. A lot of people are big fans of this ride. It's definitely a one-trick pony, however, it is something different, so that is why it is taking this spot. Now we're at our top 4. Taking the 4th spot is Scream, the B&M floorless coaster. And this is actually a really fun ride. I really enjoyed Scream. I will say, I think part of the reason why I enjoyed it more is because it looks so much better than it did with the old color scheme. That was a really nice improvement. It's got a good layout. It's a mirror image of Bizarro. If you've ridden Bizarro, that's a great roller coaster. This one's still fun. Yes, it is a parking lot coaster, but it is really good. Next up in our number 3 spot is Full Throttle. This is a Premier Rides multi-launch coaster. Launches you straight into one of the largest vertical loops in the world. You get insane hang time. It literally feels like you're going to get a rollback every single time. It includes a backwards launch and then you go over that top hat. It is a short ride. I hate that final drop. It really feels like there should be something afterwards. But all in all, this is a really enjoyable coaster. I believe I got on it 3 or 4 times. And it's got a lot of great elements to it. and so definitely top 3 worthy for Six Flags Magic Mountain. And in our number 2 spot, we have TATSU, the flying coaster. This is one of the wildest rides I have ever ridden. It takes a normal flying coaster, if you've ridden like your Superman Ultimate Flight, it takes that, makes it insanely more intense, throws in several inversions. The pretzel loop is absolutely mad. It was like ridiculously insane. By far one of the craziest roller coasters in the park. Definitely my favorite flying coaster. I wish I had gotten to ride it a couple more times because it was a really cool experience. My first time riding it, I was pretty disoriented, so that's why it would have been nice to ride it a few more times, but it was still really cool. Definitely a must ride for Six Flags Magic Mountain. So what could be in our number 1 spot? Of course, by far the best ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain. It is Twisted Colossus. The RMC redo of Colossus. This is one of the world's greatest roller coasters. If you've seen my review, I give this coaster a perfect 10. Absolutely fabulous. I love how it duels. Its elements are fantastic. That stall, the high five element, the corkscrew, so much airtime. If you get a back row ride on this, it is that much better. This was also my 200th roller coaster. It makes my top 10. It is such a good ride. So that is my number 1 coaster, Six Flags Magic Mountain, and that is my top 10. So if you've noticed, we didn't get to every single roller coaster. Some rides like Green Lantern didn't make it, Ninja didn't make it, and probably the biggest upset is that X2 did not make it. This is a fan favorite, and I know some people consider it the best ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain, so why did I not put it in my top 10? I didn't like it. I was not a fan of it. Some people, as they do their lists, are absolutely going to put that in the top 3. But as for me, I thought it was jerky and rough, and it was not what I expected. It's certainly an iconic roller coaster for Magic Mountain, and I give it that. But in terms of pure enjoyment, it's not making my top 10. So let me know about what you think of this countdown. Feel free to rip me in the comments if you hated it. And of course, you can stay tuned for more coaster countdowns here at Coaster Studios, and I'll catch you guys later.